Hey guys, welcome to Pointless PowerPoints. This is Aaron, like usual. As usual, we are sticking with a theme, and today it's Fallout. Basically what I've done for this episode is I've made a working, at least in some sense of that word, PipBoy in PowerPoints, and I don't think anyone's ever done this before. I think I'm probably the only one. It's not perfect, obviously. It's not like straight out of the game or anything, but it's pretty good, honestly, and it looks pretty awesome. It looks better than it functions. I'll say that right now, but it does function in somewhat, and I'll show you what those functions are in just a minute. I want to mention that a lot of people have been asking for like tutorials of how I do this kind of thing, and I'm still contemplating of whether or not I want to make videos like that. Not because I don't want to share with you guys. I mean, I would love for you guys to all be able to do this and everything, but honestly, I don't know where I would start. I've never done a tutorial video of any kind before, and I'm not exactly sure I do it well. I guess that's what the videos that I've made, which are me just speeding up the footage of me making these projects, is. I think that might be as close as I get to a tutorial. I'm not sure, I'm still contemplating that. If you guys have any comments about that or anything, please let me know. Because like I said, I've never done that kind of thing before, and I don't know if I'd actually be good at it. Also, this video, I was going to do a sped up version of me making it, and it didn't end up working out really, just because it took me a really long time to make, and it was just really complicated. There was a lot of parts that I had to delete and redo and everything, and it wouldn't have been good material. So I ended up just doing this. I'm going to just show you everything that I've done, like the final product, and maybe I'll show you at the end of the video like a little bit of like the behind the scenes and everything. But there's no sped up version of me making this, just because that's the way it worked out. But I've been kind of withholding it for a while for you guys on this page. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide, and I'll actually show you what it looks like. So here it is. This is what it looks like. So I tried to make this as, real to the in-game PipBoy as I could from Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Not a model after those, because I felt like they were a little bit easier than the one from Fallout 4. A little more detailed, a little more like gritty looking, which I really like. So that's why I did it off that one. I tried to make it as like real to it as possible, as I was saying, but there are a few little hiccups here and there, just because it's unavoidable. The one thing that's not in the game is this little button right here, which I wanted to add. It's a power button for the thing. It's just a simple little like I don't think it's that huge of a deal. But, yeah, I wanted to start it off, like, powered off, so we don't get right into it with the whole thing being on and everything. It does turn on, so I'll turn that on in just a second. Overall, this thing took me, like, hours and hours to make. I think this is the longest I've actually spent on a PowerPoint ever, which is saying something, because back in high school when I first started this thing, I was spending, like, days and days and days on PowerPoints. But I think this tops it. I didn't actually record the amount of time it took, but it's probably, I would guess, a long time. I don't know the hours, but it shows, I think. It's really detailed, it's really cool. And there's more to show even. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And you're immediately greeted by this screen. It's not fully interactable like I wanted it to be when I first set out to make the project, but there are little things. There's these buttons you can press and toggle between them, which actually is pretty intuitive based on the tools you have to work with. But I wanted to have this dial move, both of these dials actually. I wanted to have them move when you click the buttons, and I just couldn't. I spent such a long time trying to make that work. I spent like an hour trying to make it look nice and trying to make it look a way that I was happy with, and it just never happened. So you can toggle between these buttons though. I didn't make these ones on the bottom interactable just because it's kind of the same thing, and it just would have been a huge headache. So I did these ones up here though. I didn't make the avatar. I don't know what he's called. I think he's got a name. I didn't end up making him because it's just impossible with the tools that PowerPoint has. I actually did try. For a while, I tried using like the freeform drawing tool for a little bit, and it turned out so bad. It was like one of those pictures that's like, kill me, please. It turned out like that. It was just really bad. So I ditched that. So I guess I did like a damaged PipBoy is what I would call this, where like it's not fully functioning, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a reason why like that wouldn't work. But yeah, I mean, like another cool thing you can do right now is like turn it off and turn it back on. Like you can just do that forever. And then I added these two other panels here, which aren't that different, I guess. You can toggle between like the weapons you're holding, but again, I didn't animate everything, like the bottom menu and like the dials and the toggles and stuff. And then this is just like a map, and that's not like super fancy or super interesting or anything. So we can go back to the other ones. For anyone who actually works with PowerPoint, you can probably tell this was like a huge headache to make. Going over to these buttons at the bottom here, you can, from any of these menus, turn it off and then turn it back on, which I think is really cool. It's actually not that hard of a thing to do if you know what you're doing beforehand. But like for people that are like new to PowerPoint, it might be like a huge like, how the heck did you do that? You know, it's not super complicated. It just takes a long time to figure out and put together. Yeah, I'm super proud of this. You got the little radiation dial up in the corner. Super cool. I think this is probably the best PowerPoint I've ever made. And still at that point, like, though, I could have made it better. I could have animated a little more here. Could have added some more, like, pushable buttons and stuff. And I think I might come back to this later. I don't know. I have to take a break from this. You can't just do these forever. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe in a month from now or something, I'll come back and like improve it a little bit. But I think I'm kind of happy with how it is right now. Definitely not perfect. Definitely not the best I could have made it. But I think it's still amazing for what I have done. I mean, that finishes what I have to show. I guess I can show you like some of the behind the scenes stuff. Like you can take a look at the animation panes for these, the selection panes, how many objects are here. Here, let me see if I can like deselect everything, ungroup everything, and see how many objects are here in total. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, my computer is even like lacking like doing this. It's PowerPoint and my computer is not fast enough to handle it. I think that's it. Like all of mine, it's just a fun little project that I do. There's not really any reason to these. I just like making them. It's sort of like an artwork of sorts, I guess, for me. It's like a stress relief thing, like an outlet for creativity. I hope you guys like all my projects. I'm trying to improve the quality of my videos and everything. So please, you know, if you have any suggestions, if you have any feedback, leave a comment, let me know. Like always, I'd love it if you subscribed, because I'm going to be putting more out of these. I've got school starting up next week, so I might have a longer delay between videos, but I'll still be making them. Yeah, I mean, above all else, I just hope you enjoyed this video, though. Have a good day, guys. See you next time. Bye.